I watched the ViDoc frame by frame and found new details like ranks, a battle pass, a black market, and more. With the gameplay reveal on the horizon and my excitement growing, we can use this new information to speculate on the future of Marathon. Each topic could easily be its own video, but I'll try to fit as much as I can into this one. This video is based on speculation. While I'm drawing from hints and revealed information, take everything I say with a grain of salt. Maps. Through a leak in an Insider Gaming article, we learned that Bungie is working on 3 maps for Marathon, and we might have seen glimpses of these in the reveal trailer. In the first map, we see the UESC runner sprinting through vibrant corridors in a bright yet empty space. As the runner gets shot, the camera pans around to a scene of container-like structures and research buildings. This building has what looks to be a tarp hung over metal scaffolding, potentially the remnants of a greenhouse-like structure. We also see a map detailing points A and B, indicating a larger, seemingly flooded area with vibrant buildings. We're also shown a top-down perspective of an area alongside a forested river. This looks to be the top of a large building with cables and solar panels. Possibly a research or production center. There's a large road running perpendicular, emphasizing its importance. These first 2 areas, depending on their size, may or may not be a part of the same map. Now the second map is shown in a beautiful piece of concept art, displaying vast, barren open fields with scattered monolithic UESC structures. In the distance, one structure beams light into space. Let me know in the comments what you think this could be. Perhaps it's the way that information is relayed back to Earth from the colony. I personally really like this environmental design and think it could be a very interesting map to explore. The third area seems to be located in a swampy, overgrown region, leading me to believe it could be a part of one of the previous maps. However, this one really stands out with its atmospheric look. We see the result that absence has had on the colony, in nature reclaiming its territory. With the red glow emanating from a building, and the horizon engulfed by a neighboring planet. Jack, also known as StriderAU on Twitter, has created some beautiful 3D renders of what Marathon may look like. In one render, we see 2 runners trekking through a swampy area as their extraction time is ticked down. Another depicts a fight between runners and a Spit compiler. If the game looks anything like this, I'm gonna love it. I'll leave a link to Jack's art station below where you can check out more of his Marathon art and other works. Map 3, the UESC Marathon. I'll admit, this is a bit of a wild idea, so take it with a few more grains of salt. Despite being less likely, there's a fair chance that we might be able to play aboard the Marathon ship itself. The entire spacecraft was redesigned, now featuring the same style from the updated game. This leads me to believe that the Marathon could have a significant role to play in the game. Whether it serves as a social hub or a new map to explore remains to be seen. Imagine boarding the abandoned ship, exploring its story, and battling other players over valuable scraps in its eerie atmosphere. This could be an interesting way to introduce new players to the feel and story of the original games. The size of these maps is unknown, but looking at previous extraction shooters, a single map is usually quite large, with multiple points of interest and more than enough space for players to interact and explore. In the trailer, we learn about plans to have unlockable areas for players to discover. My imagination immediately thinks of caves behind waterfalls or scenes from Ready Player One. However, this will likely be in the form of locked doors, requiring a code or puzzle to unlock, similar to what we saw in the RG. Loot and weapons. Another large part of these maps, and extraction shooters in general, is loot. Scattered around the map, we could likely come across resources, implants, and weapons for your runner. We know there will be a perk and ability system within the game, needing something like XP to level up and unlock different attributes. Now, watching the ViDoc again, I noticed a model for supply drops in-game. Here, we can see a Discord message with text attached, the new supply drop lander. I'm not sure who exactly is going to be dropping these supply drops, however this will likely give players more points of interest on the maps. Black market. While watching the ViDoc again, I spotted something intriguing. If we pause on a specific frame and zoom in, we can see an in-game UI, early in development, which reveals the presence of quests, agents, and a black market deep link. This detail aligns with the Insider Gaming leaks, suggesting that players will be able to both buy and sell their excess resources, weapons, attachments, and more on a player-based black market for in-game currency. Mysterious artifacts will be scattered around the colony. My theory is that the agents are key characters from different organizations who give us quests and perhaps buy our artifacts. Depending on their faction, be it UESC, Sekiguchi, Traxxas, or Mida, the rewards we receive will likely differ. Weather systems. From my experience playing the Cycle Frontier, I learned how dynamic weather within extraction shooters can have a drastic effect on the atmosphere and tone of a game. A run may be going well until a lightning storm rolls through, temporarily disabling the map and your ability to extract. On the other hand, simple rain or a blanket of fog can completely immerse the player, creating moments of ambience and wonder within an otherwise stressful game of life and death. Based on the reveal trailer, I am hopeful for this possibility, but like everything else in this video, we won't know until it's actually revealed by Bungie. After I discovered things like the black market and supply drops, I looked back through the ViDoc again, making sure to investigate every single frame. At 5 minutes and 31 seconds, for a split second, the camera quickly focuses on the laptop screen of an employee in a meeting. It turns out that not only is Christopher Barrett in this meeting, so is Joe Ziegler, and on top of that, we're just able to read some of the meeting's notes, titled Progression. Ziegler states, "My hope is that we'll have other systems that keep players engaged throughout the whole season, and should not solely rely on the power progression of bios, rank, battle pass, black market, upgrades, zone, and weapon mastery." I haven't seen anyone discuss this yet, so it's news to me. And Ziegler says, should not solely rely on the power progression of bios. I believe he's referring to the biomata within the game, and how players may be able to level up their power. The mention of ranks is intriguing. It suggests the possibility of a competitive game mode. This could help newer players compete against others at their skill level, making the game more enjoyable without being completely overwhelmed by advanced players. However, in saying this, I do hope there will still be an option to play with everyone, regardless of rank or skill. The idea of a battle pass is also very interesting. Games with battle passes are typically free to play, making me wonder whether Marathon will be the same, and raising questions about how Bungie will handle cheating in a potentially free game, as that didn't go very well for the Cycle Frontier. I assume updates relates to the perks and implant systems mentioned earlier. Weapon mastery likely involves unlocking all attachments, ammo types, and skins for a weapon. Zone mastery, on the other hand, is a bit more puzzling. This is a random guess, but perhaps it means mastering an area by downloading all terminals, which could then award players with a fully detailed map, similar to completing a map in the original game. Let me know your thoughts. This idea of downloading terminals could be very interesting, requiring your teammates to guard your back whilst you plug in and begin the download. Whilst this video is mostly speculation, it was actually really fun to make. I hope you learned something remotely interesting. If not, feel free to dislike, but if you did, I'd appreciate it if you subscribe. My goal is not to get anyone's hopes up for Marathon, but rather share my excitement and theories. Whether the game flops or blows up, either way we're gonna get an awesome art book, see the evolution of a 30-year-old IP, and a game that pushes the creativity of extraction shooters. Thanks for watching, and have a good day.